Check. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Y'all know what time it is. I know you know what time it is. I know you know what time it is. If you didn't know, you are about to. It is, in fact, the evening news. News that you can use. That's right. Oh. Let me shoot this over to next door. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, check 2, check 3. How is y'all doing? Let's get ready to get wild. Do. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. I'm loving it. Like and share the show. For real though, like and share the show. Especially before I get started. But ain't nobody gonna want to share it after I get finished. I bet you. Again, like and share the show because I can't share it. Because when I share it, Facebook goes stupid and shut the feed down. So I'm not going to do a lot of sharing, but I will need you to share the show. And hit the cash app. What's up next door? How are you guys doing? Welcome to the show. This is the show that has to happen, but everybody about to be mad that I'm the one that is pushing the narrative. that open up the can of worms as only I can. That's the real radical way to be truthful, honest, and upfront. And because we are in this woman anti-man posture, we need to talk about abortion. And because that is apparently it is abortion and the border appear to be the main focus for this election, other than the fact that Joe is ill. I mean, he old, but I think Joe is suffering from something other than just old age. But just suffering from old age, I mean, everybody that's old suffers from old age differently. Now, when it takes you 12 and a half minutes to make an about face with 13 or 14 little baby steps, I'm thinking we got some issues here. We got a person that is not sure of themselves and their stability. You know, I know when I bounce up the steps or something, I'm like, all right, dude, are you sure? All right, let's go. And but the problem here is with people wanting Joe, slow Joe, to step down, is that they haven't come up with a viable candidate to replace him. Even Joe being slow has still got a pretty good fighting chance. But who's going to be the replacement? Don't talk about you going to replace Joe without talking about who's the replacement. Oh, I know you're not talking about Kamala. Ah, ah, ah. Ain't that nothing? How do you get to be the vice president and the president is slipping, slacking, sliding, right, sideways, and nobody's mentioned your name uh, 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 at all? Nobody said anything about Kamala Harris being a viable candidate to win anything. So we have to wonder, how did she even win the opportunity to be vice president? What's it called? Marianne Williams would have been a better choice. At least she's a real white woman. And Kamala is a foreigner. And I know this melting pot. Excuse me. It's the medication. I know this is the melting pot, but Lord. No. We've had 2 consecutive immigrants at the top spots calling themselves black. Obama, Kenyan, and a white woman met in Hawaii, had the baby in Hawaii, raised the baby in Hawaii and Indonesia. Baby ain't been to the hood because the baby ain't from the hood. Wasn't then, and definitely ain't now because Kendrick got the ADOS national anthem. They not like us. Didn't come from them cotton fields. They not like us. But they get to play us because now the government won't let us be us. Now think about this. Did the government have a problem with us being named colored? Did the government put up a fight by us being called Negro? Did the government put up a fight about us being Afro-American, African-American? Nope. Did the government put up a fight about us being black? Nope. I mean, so much to the point where white folks used to say, okay, I just don't know what to call y'all anymore. Y'all just keep moving around. One day I can call you a color man, and the next day I call you a color man, and you mad. I could call you a Negro, and the next day you Afro. So, will y'all just call us and give us a memo or something when y'all come up with who y'all is? Because I'm just confused. And I'm like, I got you. I got you, Mr. Child. I've been confused too. Every time I look up, they got something different trying to run from who they is all the time. Trying to run from who you are. Trying to run from them cotton fields that made America king. Y'all should check out the book, They Were Her Property. They were her property. And this book kind of chronicles slavery and how it was woven into the economic system to the point where, slaves were used as collateral. And AIG, the now insured slaves. So slave owners could have their slaves insured in case something happened to them. You know what I mean? Like, like getting beat to death, worked to death, or something of that nature. Ain't no laws for a black man that a white man need to adhere to. So then AIG in insuring slaves got to understand that, well, what if they run away? How am I going to recruit my losses? Now I need slave catchers, which evolved into the police. Just saying. Well, we are going to have a series of conversations. Good Lord Jesus. You see, one of the dispensaries had to recall some of their product. That will be in the news. This segment of the news, I'm sorry. is brought to you by this is the 420 segment. This segment is brought to you by M&M Custom Upholstery, Mike and Manny. M&M Custom Upholstery for all of your custom upholstery needs. It is indeed M&M Custom Upholstery, automotive, residential, commercial, RV, boat, motorcycle, and more. It's M&M Custom Upholstery. Give them a call today at 623-256-1021. And this program is brought to you by Wow. Wasted on Wheels mobile bartending service at your service. For all of your custom cocktails from the mixologist, Miss D. For show. And those homemade wow readers. Margaritas with that homemade touch, all natural ingredients. You have to try that. And Our Destiny, Our Future Foundation. I will have to play the documentary for you guys so you will understand who Miss Gilliam is that started the foundation and give you some background information. Also, upcoming events around the valley. This right here, white event, has nothing to do with skin color, I don't think. Stop it. And this guy in the cut. Now, can I say something? Let me tell you something. We're going to just be honest right here. Now, these promos are unpaid and unsolicited, right? Now, these individuals thinking that they can be their own advertising agency. Whereas on Facebook, you're limited to your friend group. Outside your group is beyond your reach. Now, there seemed to be a policy on Facebook to tag followers. Just at followers or friends or whatever. And everybody is locked in. It's bam. They get this like a mass email bomb thing, right? Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is why old men have to smoke weed for their cataract and stuff. So, where was I? Oh, Lord. Anyway, let's get to the nuts and bolts of the show, which is, in fact, abortion, Roe v. Wade, and the whole shebang. How did we get here in the first place with abortion rights and whether or not abortion was necessary? Now, I understand that incest, rape, to save the mother's life, abortion may be an option. But what I have a problem with, that how do you get to the stage of abortion? How do you get to the idea that, oh my God, I think I'm going to have an abortion? How do you get there? Hmm? Oh, that's right. You get there by being pregnant. Now, what are the mechanisms of getting pregnant? Vaginal intercourse. Now, vaginal intercourse, if incest, if rape, and in the situation where pregnancy has occurred and death may come to the mother, abortion may be an option. But what seems to be left out of this equation is the father. We use the term rape or incest, inferring that a man is a perpetrator of this pregnancy. He's a perpetrator, a rapist, incestuous. It's an animal. But this is the only time that a man indirectly, minutely is entered into this conversation. And I'm wondering how it is that women take full ownership of the pregnancy, but don't take full ownership of the baby. Up until birth, oh, it's yours and you can just do whatever you want. You want to flush it, you don't care, not concerned, not chose. But after it catches air, oh my God, now is his. Now we want to talk to him. We didn't want to talk to him during the contemplation of abortion. Hmm? Your body, your choice. Your body, his baby. That's right. Your body, his baby. And at what point in this civilization do men that make this civilized get to be involved in this procreative act? You know, Bill Clinton proved that y'all didn't know nothing about sex when he said, I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. He said, Bill Clinton, and I'm telling you, here I am, Bill Clinton, President of the United States of America. And I'm telling you right now, I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. But what did happen is that I did get a blowjob. And that is not by definition sex. I think y'all might want to look that up. Bill Clinton proved that y'all don't know nothing. He had sex in the White House. Bill like, who? When? No, I didn't. Sex is defined as vaginal intercourse. All these other things that y'all do in the name of sex, nah, that ain't sex. Y'all just doing bullshit. Y'all just doing whatever y'all want. Hey, let's put it in there. Why not? Oh my God. So, man, by creation, was given Eve from him to fulfill the Creator's promise to his Son of everlasting life through procreation. Because as the Creator had created man and was able to create life out of dirt, out of the earth, was able to create man. Gave man all of his powers, but the ability to create life. Because at some point he would surely die. Now, in order for everlasting life to occur, he needed Eve. He needed to be split in half, a yin and a yang, a plus and a minus, an in and an out. And Eve was taken from Adam. The male of Adam remained man, and the yin, the female of Adam, became Eve to facilitate man in his journey, in his everlasting life, in his go and procreate, go and populate the earth. She is your helper. She helped you do that. She helped you have everlasting life. But there's one little problem. Now what's that, Radical? She's got a limited shelf life because there's menopause, menstruational pause, no more menstrual cycle, no more eggs to reproduce. At this point, in order for man to continue his journey of everlasting life, he indeed does need an additional wife to facilitate what the Creator has promised and set him here to do, to live throughout all times and not be limited to, not be regulated by the person that is supposed to be assisting him in that act. But now, what has happened? She has said, you, man, husband, are not the focus. I am the focus. I control the womb. And I will decide what comes out of it. Like, really? That being said, men, it is up to you to be more deliberate and not giving this opportunity a chance to cultivate any further. You must put some value on your lineage, on where you come from, on your DNA. You can't just dump your DNA anywhere because it could get flushed. Those are future you. I've had 3 women have abortions. Those are children that I would have. But for society, the man is of no value. His needs, his wants are secondary. He is the one that makes all of these choices possible. He did have women's suffrage where you had no rights whatsoever. And as it has turned out, the more you are given, the more apparently you want to take, because there is a quest to be man. Instead of be of man and for man, woman has decided she wants to be man. Want to take the man off wool and have just wool, not wool man. And abortion becomes an issue because women want to be as free with their vagina as men are with their penis. They want vagina power. But see, with power comes responsibility. And you got to be able to protect that power. See, if you want to have control of the womb like that, then you become both mother, nurturer, and provider. Like man is provider by default. You are not provider by default. And when it comes time to provide, you defer to man. It's not my responsibility because, look, you cannot get pregnant anytime. Anytime. It has to be calculated. Has to be during the time of ovulation. When the egg is there, has slid down the fallopian tube and laid dead for Big Daddy to dump it in, and the little sea men do they swim in. And like, oh my God, that looks like the prize right there. Who's gonna get in? If you don't have sex during your ovulation period, you will not, I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, adults, women, and men, if you don't have sex during your ovulation period, it is impossible for you to get pregnant. You can only get pregnant during your ovulation period. Now, as a woman, why are you having raw sex during your ovulation period? It's only 7 days. What's the deal? You so horny. Me so horny. Me so horny. You're irresponsible. And you want to be irresponsible like men. But you being irresponsible has consequences. And when that consequence is faced, now it ain't nothing. I'm about to flush it. We got abortion. Wait a minute. Who is the guy? Where you meet him at? How long you been knowing him? What is the circumstances here? Oh, you just met him? I don't understand why even on welfare, how women can say, I don't know where he at. Oh, no, you gonna bring us somebody. Oh, you gonna bring somebody. You're not gonna come in here and tell us you are so irresponsible that you don't know who you got pregnant by and you want a check? Oh, you must be slow. Oh, no. So the system has encouraged this promiscuity, this immoral behavior, this sex out of wedlock. The system has advocated this and gave you windows to escape responsibility with welfare and abortion. You so horny you gotta do it right now. You don't have protection. Oh, but you just got to do it right now. You just nasty. There is a good many women that are being raped. There's a good many women that are having incestual relationships. But think of how odd, like Russian roulette, that the rapist is going to catch you during ovulation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are the odds of that? So, in this process of pushing, I want more control, you should take more control. You should be less reckless, less irresponsible. You should be married if you're going to be doing the raw. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, now everybody mad. But you want to be able to flush a man's lineage down the drain, leave it in a dumpster, in a ditch, everywhere. Y'all leaving men's babies everywhere. And that's because men are just being irresponsible and being nasty. Men are just being nasty. And y'all got to stop being nasty. Be responsible. Go get a job, a business, an occupation, and be prepared to start a family. Because if you can't take care of yourself every day, 5, 10 years, what you gonna do with a woman? She's supposed to help you, not be you. You got nothing. You ain't taking care of yourself. You stay at home with your mama. You got nothing. And you're not man enough to to try it. You comfortable at the house with mom. You comfortable there. She glad you there because she can't afford to pay all the bills by herself. She needs your check. You have a mama take care of her bills. Mama should have kept her husband. We working backwards here and call ourselves a civilized society. I don't think so. We got murder on every end. Murder in the streets, murder in the hospital, murder of the newborn, barely born, ain't born, gonna be born. No. And everybody coming up with every kind of excuse to make abortion okay instead of responsibility necessary. Oh boy. We ain't trying to be responsible. Of course not. We want to do what we feel, not what's right. What we feel, our feelings are more important. I feel like this is okay. Yeah, but is it? Let's look at the probable outcome and see. Let's weigh the options. Let's not be emotional about this process. I want control of my body. Yeah, I want you to have control of your body too. Exactly. You need to control who and how you give it to. That part. When do you take some responsibility, some accountability? You get pregnant, you get to keep it, and you don't get to demand no child support. You should have got a husband. You don't get to handicap a child by them having only one parent, by them only understanding the yin and not the yang and not the yin, without them having balance, raising a bunch of handicapped children, socially handicapped, morally handicapped, intellectually handicapped. Yeah, I know. I was not supposed to be honest. It's one of the things that happens with the network stuff. You can't be, you got to be phony, you got to be fake. Hey, just tell them what they want to hear. We need those advertising dollars. We do need those advertising dollars. And the support. Hit the Cash App, $ Mike and D. But it is time for a reality check in America. See, I don't play the political line. You're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're a liberal, you're a conservative, you're independent, you're moderate. No, you're either right or wrong. There is no gray area. And y'all like to work in the gray. Y'all like to work somewhere in the middle, straddle the fence. One day it's okay, next day it's not. Man-made laws change from day to day, but all 10 of the 10 commandments are here to stay. We have some basic guidelines of life that the Bible plagiarized from Egypt, but the reality of it is that we have to have structure, and we have to realize why we are here. Who's got what roles to play? We can't go back and forth with roles. You can't switch up with roles. The guy's role is the guy's role. Go out, slay the dragons, beat people over the head, start wars, end wars, murder if necessary. and keep the home front safe. And anytime you leave the door, everybody out there are out to get you. As a man, as a woman, there's no threat. Nobody's out to get you because men have made the world. Hold on, y'all. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. The fact of the matter is, all this easy breezy life is possible because men allow it. And it has come to a point where women actually think that they can force issues. This is not the homie. For real though. But what we got to do is maintain a level of balance in the society. Because as we look at where America is, morally speaking, it is in serious decay. You see, we don't have a gun issue. We have a human moral issue. You could take the guns away tomorrow. What will happen? People will use knives. There's a NASCAR guy in the news. His wife and 2 daughters were killed with what? Crossbow. Crossbow. In Europe, they ain't got no guns. They don't have any guns. You got to fix the human element, not the inanimate objects, the knife, the club. I saw a guy on some foreign deal somewhere in South America walk up and hit a sucker with a hammer. Bam! Dude was sitting in the door in a chair, smoking, 10 and 2ing, right? This dude came up, tapped him in the back of the head, took my man's drugs off of him, walked over to some tourists with the hammer. Now, you know they thinking, he just bust a sucker's head right there in the marketplace that was just chilling in a chair. He just came up, blink, took his stuff, and walked over to the other people like, yeah, what? Empty. Let me have it. This hammer touch you anywhere, it's gonna break something. We are about to be in a whole depression, a recession, '08 all over again. Y'all ain't ready. You think the pandemic was bad. You may even get a pandemic to boot. The San Diego beach with the bacterial infection, with the bacteria level out of control from the open sewage from Tijuana leaking into the ocean. And so now upstream, you got bacteria in the water. And it has been in the water for a minute. They just recently closed a number of beaches, San Diego and South. Now, think about it. How many people already been in the water before they put the sign out? Before they thought, oh, damn, we have a high level of bacteria in the water. What are we going to do, Bob? Well, it's the holiday. Maybe next week we'll break the news slowly. Yeah, they're not making it a net because now think about this. It's already been bacteria in the water off the coast of San Diego and south, right? Okay. How many people have already been in the water and have been contaminated with whatever the bacteria could produce? Probably something new too, because it's just feces bacteria been cooking in the ocean for a minute. Been growing. It's a wonder a whole serpent or something ain't come up out the ocean like. Anyway. All right. So how many people have already been exposed to this bacteria? And how many people may have already had something else? We still got COVID moving around. This bacteria and COVID come together, perfect kind of storm thing. Government, everybody keeping it on the low. You know what I'm saying? Don't want nobody to panic. It's election time, blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay. So, Slow Joe is a no-show. Kamala can't go. Trump pretty much is a shoo-in by default. A pandemic breaks out. He gets a double whammy pandemic again. The economy is already slipping. And damn, Trump, you just in time for the bullshit. Now he's going to say that the Biden administration started the pandemic, right? The new pandemic, the bacterial outbreak. No, the government just been not saying nothing. And the media has been not saying anything. So you should do your research since I'm saying something because I'm not a part of the mainstream thing. You know what I mean? I'm broke over here. Y'all could change that though. Y'all could hit the cash app and stuff, fatten up the coppers a little bit so I can flex on them a little bit more. But right now, I'm going to flex on them like I do. Because this is a radical Mike shoot. You feel me? Having a really big shoot. Do some Ed Sullivan on y'all's ass. But anyway, the thing about it is that this is already in the makings. And because I do news, it is my job to kind of fish around and dig around and give you information that you can use. We are Phoenix Street News with the news that you can use. And that other news, I mean, all of the other news outlets have a plethora of news stories. And they're going to give you, based on their politics and other things, the news that they think fits the narrative, fits the area, and so forth. Me, I'm just looking at crazy news. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, the people would want to know this. Bam. And I'm going to hit you with that. And then I may comment or elaborate on the news, which is one of the reasons why I was going to go head up with the news same time, but I'm thinking I'm going to stay after the news. So sometimes I can check out the news, the mainstream, and then I can break down the news that they gave you and give it a little nah. Because a lot of times the mainstream news, they don't necessarily get it wrong. They just intentionally, by omission, get it wrong because they paid to get it wrong. And it is what it is. But I'm not taking the check over here. But that means I need your support. You want the truth. You're going to have to pay for that. Because the truth is dangerous. There has been very few people that come through with the truth and don't become a target. So you as citizens, if you want the truth, then you're going to have to support that. You can't sit back on the sideline. That sure was a great idea. I like what he said. Yeah. Like it how? Like it how? Like it with hi, how you doing? Oh, you just got X amount of views. This show and about this kind of topic, it's going to probably get 1,000 views. Maybe. Right? Okay, what does that translate into? Because some of you have got to say, you know what? I think he was right. That kind of makes sense. And some of you got to be, no, he's full of crap. Blah, 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 blah. But if you say I'm full of crap, you're going to have to back that up. You're going to have to validate your point. We don't get to disagree without justification, without validation. You don't get to disagree based on your feelings. You got to disagree based on some data. Let's not be playing around here. We are adults. And far too often, we get tied up on what we feel and not what's real. Oh, she said, don't say it like that no more, Barry White. Yeah. Uh, and, yeah. Oh, then work it on me. For sure. But that's where it's going down. And I'm about to be out of her. Okay, an hour. That was all I was about to do. Was an hour. I just want to throw that in there out there. Y'all hit me up. Hit the cash app. Men, it is time for you to be responsible for your little seaman. Put a hat on it. On her. And then plus, y'all can do so many other things. Y'all nasty now and stuff. I ain't never seen so many black dudes talking about eating something. Talk about going down south.
can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell you good night, 'cause I might no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
Shout out to the CIA. What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, man? We got an important broadcast tonight, and we're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into this one. This is one of the few times I do a show before my show. But this is because I'm going to talk about a subject matter that needs a conversation with the family. Conversation with the family. So this is not an everybody conversation. This is a conversation I think needs to be had. And we're going to title this one, Image as Power. Birth of a Mindset. Birth of a Mindset.
Have you say hi. What I want to do is have you say hi to the audience from. Yeah. You got to say it real. You got to say it real fast. It was at 3%. She couldn't say nothing. But anyway, that was Miss Phoenix Street News. She's in Puerto Rico with the kids. Until next time, y'all, I'm gonna get the flock out of here. I gotta go. I might do a backup on this show, a follow-up. But what I'm going to need is men to respond. Because I know a lot of men go through the whole child support process, but how many of you men have been consulted prior to abortion other than you gonna pay for this? Am I gonna pay for you to kill my kid? Is that what you're asking me to do? You're asking me to assist you in the premeditated murder. No, I don't think I'm going to go along with that one. So in the 3 instances where my children were aborted, no, I did not. I'm taking you to the clinic is best I'm doing for you. Other than that, no, I'm not paying for it. You're on your own on this shit. You know what I mean? You ain't got no more. Because see, the thing is, you got to understand that obviously there's no attachment to the child for women. If you can abort, oh yeah, well I guess it's convenient. I'm gonna take the pill or whatever. You can kill it. If you can just kill it, that means you are detached. That means you don't look at this unborn child as being a part of you. as being you, yours. You look at it as it's his and it's expendable because it's his, not yours. Until next time, y'all, I'm going to move on down the road. Move on down the road. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen,